Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anytime you see a running back with the yardage this in this history. And it's been of season form for sure. Get ready to go back and admire more of his work in this one. It's the Seahawks going up against the Cowboys.
All right, Larry, it's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Emerging from their tunnel, it was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as they set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, it's been perfection. Bailey now to kick this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. These are from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely to see how they're going to use him this week.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showed a pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And they'll go on the ground, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Second and inches in times, an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So the run moves, and here we go on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 46 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
For that one, clinic.
And that's they lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike. Your man Chris Jones on to kick, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Now come the Seahawks. And they're hoping to redo their effort.
Like now. The sideline. Go over and look at the tab.
Following the run. Try the run. Be the play of this first quarter. So 1 quarter in the books here. Right here, first down. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And now here. There's a carry heading left. Get out to the 30 down there. It's enough. But for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a handoff looking right. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down before he gets this enemy territory across the 40. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. Love to typically get blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Fighting through, and he's got space. A big run there, 29 yards first.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
As they run the counter play. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 20. To play here in the first half. We're back top right after this timeout. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, first and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Always ago. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Pretty fine. We remind you, no night game tonight on Christmas Eve, but we make that up with 2 games under your tree tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. I'm just reading the card. I got to give props to our writer, Ed Brady, there. But we start with the Steelers. And he's into the clear. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A Bear on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Get the quick strike touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments. Second quarter, they don't want to give up anything on the other side.
Because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score.
The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. Matt Barkley, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well.
So a second now brings up 3rd down. Right side here. Oh, a heck of a move. And the broken tackle helps lead first down gain. So we are at halftime here on Q. Happy holidays, Larry. Your gift? Take the halftime show off, partner. We've got some football to get to. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they gets to work. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. Score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
Feels that way, and I think that they're going to accordingly be. What you really know, the scoreboard is starting. The game's going to go on. I think you can take the spirit of the other team, that their drive can be taken another year.
Still third quarter field.
Teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. Firing out and hitting people, hard to get.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way, but this time behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1. And that'll lead here to a third down. He's got Curse. And he'll be taken down, but not before. That one goes for 24 yards. And now following that long gain. Now on the toss. He'll be sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. Yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go in a game. Can really benefit.
Stay on the ground for second. Now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of it. Moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
Good philosophy, that defense up them. So they pick first down after the. Run, and now they approach fresh set. Now a handoff as they run left. And 20. Back to Gaines. That one for 14 yards and another.
Use a lot with guys on the field, and this really fits, doesn't it? How about to break and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll run it on the down to about the 14 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes know you're fit in the NFL, so keep smashing against them. Decide to throw the ball here.
Now a handoff a few times here today. This run's not going to. Go anywhere. No gain up.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty. Every now and then they're going to win one, but I don't think they'll shit it to him the rest of the game.
The Suns, a perfect 3 for 3 to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboy in time. His first, a good kick is. This will be 10. A strong running. "21 yards. Well done on the return. Seahawk football, 1st and 10. A look at the running the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's here so far. 3 here in the 3rd and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so 3 in search of 4. A gain of 3, second down.
First down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly. Fast.
And to give this time to the tailback. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And now look at him go. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 67 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And heading left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. Pretty good gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now they try the right side here. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people football, this is where every back in the league is exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this, get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 scores down. Time definitely the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Out called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final. All right. The timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the fence. Now looking right. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Great effort there. 41 yards. And the Seahawks add on. And for them, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence. It's
scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. And the Cardinals have scored. That one's been interesting. They retake the lead. Carson Palmer with 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Oh, a nice spin. There he goes again. He's got daylight. 20, 10. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to Ages.
I really don't want to. Not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head to head. Guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case,
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the D-Week will just keep winning.
they will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when there allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 5th. And they'll head back to the Arizona Cardinals. This was based on as 8 already. They'll look to get back Philly to the Eagle. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.